Hey guys, the name is Jasper and welcome back to another video. Analyze natin yung episode 96 and yeah, after many episodes no, finally nakapag-analyze na tayo dahil nakapag-catch up na tayo. Ito naman masasabi ko. We're not going to talk about the previous episodes pero about episode 95, sa mga hindi nakakalam, I just wanted to say na I am very perplexed. Tama ba? Tama ba definition ng perplexed ko? Define perplexed. Baffled, puzzled, exactly. I am very perplexed about the decision to kill of Padre Salvi just like that kasi I think Padre deserves more than just a gunshot. Gusto ko siya makitang ma-tortured. Gusto ko siya makita sa kulungan. Pero, pinatay na lang si Padre Salvi ng ganun-ganun lang after many years of him being a someone na talagang I really hate. I was surprised with the death of Maria Clara. That was something that I wasn't expecting. But it's a good way to mess up with us and play with our emotions and our expectations. Kasi, hey, knowing na buhay si Elias, maybe there's a chance na baka mabuhay din si Maria Clara and we can have that wedding between him and Simon. Pero as it turns out, nope. Some of writers, nope. Hindi niyo makukuha yun. Kung ano nangyari sa libro, hindi na makukuha niyo dito. So I'm fine with the death of Maria Clara. It was just very, very saddening to think about. Pero yeah, that was in some figuratively, Padre Salvi was also the reason why Maria Clara died in the show. Kasi while literally Padre Salvi was the cause of her death, I think it can be argued na sa libro naman sa El Filibusterismo, Maria Clara died through Padre Salvi din. Maybe figuratively and mentally and stuff like that. With that being said, let's talk about this episode right here. Easily the highlight for this episode is the conversation and the monologue na binigay ni Simon sa mga grupo dito. Kasi now we have a new story, as a new story to watch, to talk about, given na tapos na yung era where we need to focus about saving Maria Clara. We can now focus on probably saving Simon from himself, or we can be argued now we are basically saving Ibarra from Simon, diba? Because Simon is implying that Ibarra is dead, diba? Stuff like that. Pero at the same time, Clara is implying na inside Simon, Ibarra is still in there, who can still be the best version of him. Kasi easily, Simon is the very embodiment of the worst version of Ibarra, diba? This is the product. Simon is the product of the atrocities na gawa ng Spanish government sa Pilipinas. Again, Simon became the product of that. What I love about the conversation here is pinapakita sa atin na both of them, him and Elias, has the same goals. They have the same goals, diba? They have the same intentions. Pero Simon is more drastic, diba? When we come back to the Nolimitangere days, we also had this argument, diba? Between Crisostomo Ibarra and Elias. Elias wanted something drastic, which is himagsikan. And Ibarra countered that with the idea of maybe saving the Philippines in a more in a more peaceful way through the pen, diba? Than the sword. They have the same goals para sa Pilipinas, at the same time they have different executions, diba? And now all of that mirrors back to this specific episode because it's the same theme. They're still talking about the same goals, but with different executions. While Elias retained his goal of himagsikan, Simon now has a different goal here. He also thinks na kailangan din ng espada para makamit yung pangarap nila para sa Pilipinas. Pero, yung espada naman ni ni Simon is puno ng dugo, puno ng revenge. It has a very dark root kung bakit gusto ni Ibarra ng himagsikan, di ba? And at the same time, is going to harm a lot of people kasi ang plano niya sa himagsikan is to provoke the Indios, the Filipino people, para makipaghimagsikan sila. Pagdating naman kay Elias, it's the same thing, himagsikan din, pero again, it's a different execution in a way na he wanted to have a himagsikan na malinis yung slate. Through, ang magiging root nito ay pag-asa, hope, and stuff like that, and maybe patriotism. So again, it's really interesting to see these different viewpoints, and it just goes to show na, different strokes for different folks. And this is simply an excellent example of an amazing piece of writing. I am simply astonished na, this is, we still have the very essence of Simon from the books with this show right here. And the fact na binuhay nila si Elias to have this debate and conversation again on how they're going to free the Philippines from the Spanish government. It's pure writing. I really love it. I'm really fascinated with Love and her team of writers, creative writers, na they were able to execute this thing. Siyempre, laking tulong din ni Suzette, ni Miss Suzette, and yung isa pa, nalimutan ko pangalan niya. Pero again, this is awesome. I simply love it. It really shows na even though Simon is not at the right mental state right now, and even though na parang lumalabas na si Simon ang kalaban ngayon, he became a villain here, diba? Or like some kind of anti-hero. We can understand where he is coming from. Gaya na sabi ko, naiintindihan ko kung bakit ganyan ka mag-isip ngayon, diba? That makes a villain very three-dimensional kasi it shows na there's a lot of layers in this person on why they are wanting to do such heinous acts para lang makamit na ng goals nila, diba? And now, Ibarra is trying to achieve this goal knowing na patay na rin si Maria Clara, diba? So, in some shape or form, he's not in chains. He got nothing else to lose, diba? He got no one else to lose. Patay na si Maria Clara. So basically, he's free. And when you think about it, this episode talks about freedom, diba? Alam natin na mahal ni Simon si Maria Clara, pero when you think about it, he was still bonded with Maria Clara. Kasi there is still the last identity of Ibarra is through Maria Clara, diba? And now that Maria Clara is gone, it can be argued that Ibarra is also gone, and we got nothing else but Simon himself, who is trying to control Ibarra's body. Simon is very different from Ibarra, and Simon is a much tragic character, diba? And again, with the freedom team na pinag-uusapan natin, even though they talk about freedom, when you think about it, malaya na rin given ang patay na si Maria Clara, she's also free from her sufferings, diba? Gaya na sabi ni Clay, nasa langit na siya, and stuff like that. Even yung katulong ni Padre Salvi, sinabi niya na malaya na rin siya. Nagpasalamat siya kay Padre Salvi dahil malaya na siya. Nakakulong siya sa mga bondage ni Padre Salvi. Natatakot lang siya the whole time and stuff like that. And what Clay said to Simon right here is nothing but right. Lahat ay tama, pero I also believe na tama si Clay na in some shape or form, maybe Ibarra was listening to him and not Simon. Ibarra was listening to her and not Simon. So um, I'm really curious to see if that will be the case in future episodes. But yeah, that I find it really awesome. You can see na with this face right here, nakita mo na lahat ng sinasabi ni Clay ay hindi lumalabas sa kanyang tenga. 'Di ba? Pero just like I said, right now, Ibarra is dead because Mana Clara is dead. And what we're seeing right now is 100% Simon. And we are seeing that because he already started making some moves, diba? At first, akala ko naman gawa to ni Lucia. As it turns out, kasama to sa mga plano ni Ibarra. This is his way to provoke these people para mas pahirapan yung mga bandito dito, para maging mas full alert sila at mas pahirapan mismo yung grupo nila, Elias and stuff like that. Itong lahat ay set up. Siya ang nagnakaw sa bangkay ni Padre Salvi, clearly, and nagpanggap lang siyang na-knockout siya and stuff like that. Again, just to provoke these people right here. Kasi just like I said in the previous episodes, he is playing 4D chess. Not only is trying to provoke the Indios, but he's also trying to provoke the higher class people para maglabanan yung dalawang grupo na to. And kaya nga ayaw ni Elias yung ganitong usap-usapan kasi if he can provoke these people, then how come Simon has to provoke the Indios? How come he has to provoke Elias and his same class people, diba? But again, we understand why he's trying to do it because this is his way of achieving it. And I can't blame him. And I also can't blame Elias for not agreeing with him. That is some multi-layered writing right there. I like the fact that again we have a Chinese person right here. Isa sa mga criticism ko in the past na okay, they did their research about the wardrobe, about the history and the context of the show, stuff like that. But how come we're not seeing any Chinese people here? Diba? I mean, it's not that hard to find a Chinese extra and maybe have him in the background. But recently, we're seeing more of them right here. More Chinese people, more representation. So that's good. It just goes to show na given na yung last scene was shot last week, they are listening to us. Diba? I'm not sure if that was an argument, if that was a criticism na there's not a lot of Chinese people sa show na to. Pero I was one of those people. And hey, if ever narinig na yung criticism ko and that's why we're getting Chinese people here, then that's pretty awesome to know. I don't know kung anong role ng pare na to. I'm not sure if nasa libro siya, stuff like that. Pero at least we now have this idea na the higher class people are not that blind. At least they are aware na something within their class, within the higher class people, are trying to make some plan of taking them out. In this case, sa tingin ko, he has his suspicions with Simon. So that will be really interesting. This will lead to many different outcomes, I believe. So I'm really, really curious to see that. Pagdating sa abangan, makikita naman natin ito next week. Baka panakot lang yata ito ni Ibarra. Pero again, I love his costume. But that's my analysis on this episode. What do you guys think? And yeah, if I got time, try ko agad mag-upload ng video. Pero that's my review. Thank you for watching, guys. Take care and God bless.